These players we've signed: cornerback Brian Mills, receiver Kevin White, defensive back Natrell Jamerson, tackle Jordan Mills, offensive lineman Caleb Beninock. We've waived injured Adonis Alexander, offensive lineman Michael Brown, and then we've just waived wide receiver Jake Lampman and defensive back Lawrence Woods. That puts us right at our 85 count. Any questions with today?
So what was about Kevin White that you all like?
Look, size, speed. He's young, and he's someone we'd like to work with. I like the way he runs. You see it on tape, and obviously he's a former first-round pick, so he's still a younger player.
Is Natrell someone you guys have just kind of kept an eye on since he's been here?
Say it again.
Jamerson, is he someone you guys just kind of kept an eye on since he's been here?
Yeah, and look, it's again trying to look at a vision and also look at the kicking game.
What was your area of focus? I saw you coaching up the wide receivers today. What was
so today's install was additional heavier personnel on first and second down. So some of it was oddball formations, but a lot of 3 tight end, 2 tight end, fullback offense, but still first and second down, and then there's some additional pass and run schemes that went in. We got a lot of red zone work, third down work, and then we just got to keep grinding on the 2-minute end of half and end of game situations.
So the receivers coming through and detail wise, like
yeah, listen, it's a good group. They're doing. I thought today was a good day for them.
On that first bootleg that Bond defended in the preseason game, I think it might have only been the second or third play of the game. Is that kind of just that play kind of emblematic of his growth he's made in the last?
Definitely. You got to remember he was an on-the-ball player at Wisconsin, so he's an on-the-ball kind of outside backer, rush type player, and now he's playing more in a stack, in a true linebacker position, different than what he knew and what he became comfortable with in college. So it was brought up in the meeting. We've seen definite growth with him in that role, and that was our vision when we drafted him.
Sean, have you seen growth from Ken Crawley just in his ability to get
I think so. I think so. He can run. He made a play today where it was a crossing route across the formation, and so his speed I think serves him well, and certainly his experience now. He's taking advantage of his snaps.
What are some of the keys, just like getting better at ball recognition?
Well, down the field, sometimes a lot of corners, defend well, and yet when the ball's thrown down the field, it's locating it, and then, how do I make a play on this ball? Sometimes it's for a turnover, sometimes it's just preventing a completion. But getting work at those down the field throws.
Sean, do you find yourself, I guess, a little bit more hands-on just because of the situation of this team and of this year? Do you find yourself coaching?
No, there's some days where it might be just something that I want to do relative to a position. I think all of us, our jobs are to coach and teach, and we all embrace that. And so sometimes, we'll have a tight end working with the O-line because of the technique, or vice versa. We'll have the tackles with a tight end coach. So there's some cross teaching, and then as the head coach, you're trying to pay attention to everyone.
Sean, you talked a lot about the energy from the linebackers in the preseason game and a lot of growth there. What have you seen from Michael Hodges that he brought to the group?
He's done a good job, and he's a high energy coach. I like that. He's positive. You hear him at practice, and I think that look, it spills over, and you're trying. You got to play this game with emotion. It's hard to play this game without it, and I like that emotion that he brings.
Sean, how important is it to see Tony Jones running in a game setting? I guess that was the first time
he's having a good camp. Look, in last year, if you remember, before the Carolina game, with the COVID players that were all inactive, you know, we really went in with just Tony, and then Ty, we moved from receiver to running back. He took an early shot in that game, and he was all of a sudden out, so we were down to one runner. But I think he's having a good camp. Each day you kind of see some flashes from him in the running game, even in the passing game. So we just got to keep working on the ball security. Obviously, there were some positives from the other night, and that's one where, you know, hopefully he can correct.
I think, you know, we can see the stuff stand out when he's got the ball in his hands. But is he picking up the other stuff you want him to do as well?
I think so. Yeah, he's smart. You know, he had a couple good downs of protection the other night. Yeah, I think he's progressing well. All right, thank you.
So I thought you said you don't try to dance to your own music, but you were dancing out there today.
That's more so just the energy of practice. I mean, I can bop a little bit to my music. It's good music. I'm not biased at all.
Hey, Terrell, we kind of, everybody talks about like Drew's importance in pass protection these last, however long he's been in the NFL, right? But like, how have you guys been adjusting to bringing a new quarterback in when it comes to, you know, making the checks on the line of scrimmage and everything? Is that like kind of a collaborative effort?
Yeah, I would say that's probably the biggest difference of Drew's absence. A little more added responsibility as far as communication goes with the offensive line. Mostly Eric. He's making a lot more calls than he had to do years prior. We all try to communicate, especially in practice, try to overly communicate and make sure everybody's on the same page. So that'll only help us when we get to game day.
How do you think Eric has taken on that response?
He's excelled. Sound like Drew. Not quite, but he's doing well. He's a smart guy, and he's diagnosing real fast, picking up blitzes and stunts. So a little extra homework for him, but Eric's the best center in the league to me, so he's excelling.
Does he actually how do you pick that up? If like, you know, his first 2 years in the league, Drew is responsible for a lot of this stuff. Is that just kind of like building from the ground up with him, or?
Not necessarily from the ground up. He's a student of the game, so he's been studying it. He's been trying to see the game through Drew's eyes anyway, as far as protection. So it's just now he's more vocal with it.
When you say Eric's making a lot more calls,
Yeah.
I don't know how hard it would be to give an example maybe of what does a lot mean?
All of them. He's pointing out the mic, kind of setting the protection, all the run game and pass pro too. So he's the one designating. You'll see Drew come up and, you know, Mike 52, that's Eric now.
Right. That's Eric now. Okay. Is that weird?
No. Like I say, he's been great at it. The quarterback still has control to override Eric or, you know, confirm at the same time. But, you know, every time Eric comes up with the ball, he's making those calls.
What kind of camp do you think Davenport's having?
It's been great. It's been great playing fast, physical, violent. He's ready. I think he's ready to have a big year. You know, health. He's taking care of his body. He's doing all the necessary things for sure. But he looks explosive. He plays strong. Probably got the best bull rush in the league. You know, actually, that's it. Coming from somebody that block him pretty much every day. So I'm excited to see him go.
Ron, we talked to Landon Young yesterday. He said he's leaning a lot on you and Ramczyk. What have you seen from him as a rookie and growth?
I'm impressed. He's strong. He's smart. Willing to work. He wants to work. Sky's the limit for Landon. He got everything that he needs to be successful, and he has a great coaching staff with Nuge and Strebe. You know, myself, Ram, trying to help him out. Anything we see, but Landon he's a player.
I know you didn't play in the game on Saturday, but how do you look at preseason games personally? I mean, you didn't play in them last year. It seems like you were out there sharp in week 1. So how do you kind of view it?
I mean, it's probably a different approach and a different outlook for everybody. I try to, you know, treat practice as game reps, try to get that type of simulation. But it's tough. You know, it's nothing like actually going out in the game. But preseason is I think it's important. It helps a lot of, especially the young guys, trying to get a chance to see. This is different. It's different. You got practice players, and you got people that excel in the game. So that's why I try to simulate, practice as game-like. So it's not a difference either way for me when I step on the field.
But it is like a case-by-case basis, right? Like some guys could probably like not play a single snap in the preseason and be fine.
Yep.
Or some guys, it's not like a blanket statement, like don't play any of your bets out.
No, I don't think that's the case. I think for some people it's timing, it's trust, confidence. That's probably the biggest thing. Yeah. Confidence. You can do something in practice and you feel like it'll work, but you don't actually know until it happens in a game. So confidence is probably the biggest difference preseason and not.
How much you keep up that talent range?
I don't. Not much. It's pretty cool, to be on the list, but I don't pay too much attention to it.
Should have happened 5 years ago.
Look, that ain't for me to say. I just try to go play ball.
Now, if you're on the top 100 rappers list,
I might pay a little more attention to that. Might pay a little attention to that.
Anything else for Toronto?
I'm good. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Fire away for Ty.
No questions?
Has it been different for you this camp concentrating solely on receiver?
No. I played receiver before. I can do it. It's a lot more running, a lot less physicality, but it is what it is. It's not the first time I've done it.
Does it remove any clutter to not have to worry about any running back reps or?
I mean, there's a little bit of that for sure, yeah, like not going back and forth in between both rooms. Just staying in one room is definitely helpful, but I can always just go run the ball. Let's just run this way, run that way, read the blocks, and make a play.
When did that conversation happen? I know you played a little bit of both, but now just taking reps with receivers.
I think it was like the day before the first practice. Like, as soon as I got back, I was like, all right, cool, let's do it.
Sounds like it doesn't make you're cool with whatever. It doesn't make a difference.
I'm cool with whatever. I just love ball. I just want to play football. I don't care. I like blocking. I like running with the ball, without the ball, getting open, catching the ball, making plays. I'm just grateful to be a part of the team.
That interception, there's a miscommunication. Can you tell us what happened from your perspective on that one in the game?
Yeah, there's a little miscommunication. It's fixed already. It just comes with reps. Just man zone reads, stuff like that. Me and Taysom already talked about it, so it's all good. It's not really anybody's fault. Nobody was wrong, but we were on different pages, so then it makes us both wrong.
That's what preseason is for, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
What do you like about the receivers?
I like CJ. Yeah, I like CJ a lot, and I like the group of guys that we have. It's a good group of guys, real chill room. It's a lot of fun, it's a lot of humor, keeps it light. I feel like I've always noticed that there's a big difference in personalities from running backs to receivers, no matter which team you're on. I feel like you just have to have a different mentality to be able to run in between the tackles 20, 30 times a game versus, playing outside and maybe only seeing the ball 2 or 3 times a game. So it's good though. I like the room. Good, really good group of guys, good group of veterans too.
What about CJ specifically draws you?
He's a coacher. He's gonna coach everything and anything. Even when you do it right, there's a way you could have done it better. And I like that. I like getting better. And that's it. And he treats everybody the same. He gets on everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, how much you get paid, how many plays you've made in a game, you're gonna get coached the same.
You think that's more beneficial with such a young room too, and a lot of guys kind of just coming in?
I think it's good in general, because it elevates everybody's game.
buddy.
Thank you. We're good.
Thank you, Good luck, man. You're like the senior special teams member now, huh?
Yeah, I'm a vet now. Yeah, got some years under my belt now.
How much? How's your camp going, basically in general?
Camp going good so far. You know, being productive and consistent every day. Just trying to get 1% better.
JT, you working with another running partner now. You don't have Justin, so how are things shaping up from that standpoint?
You know, we got guys that's stepping up to fill that role. And gonna be some pretty big shoes to fill because Justin done made his mark here, and you know what I'm saying, working on filling those shoes and with these guys that we have now.
Are you having to kind of groom those guys a little bit?
Oh yeah, for sure. Grooming them up, teaching them everything that I know, and they come in with me with questions whenever they have them, and I'm helping them whenever I can. You know, having talks with Phil and Riz and getting everything situated.
Is there anybody that stood out to you so far, just doing some of the gunner stuff like that?
We got a couple guys that's standing out. We got Baker, we got 2-9, couple more guys, you know, but those are the two guys that stood out to me for right now.
Is there any element of chemistry with that, or you guys, is it just kind of, you're both doing your own thing?
Or? Right now we just getting the feel of right now. The closer we get to the regular season, the more chemistry that we build with each other. As right now, I'm seeing things that I like from him so far.
Is it different not having Justin running out with you?
Pretty much, yeah. It's different, you know, but you know, have to move on to better. So getting everything situated with that.
How do you feel like the safety growth for you is going? It looks like you made some plays out there so far.
Oh yeah, I feel like I'm growing. We all growing as a unit, you know. It's all about the chemistry back there as well, communication from all guys, and setting each other up to make plays.
JT, how important is y'all find that next Craig Robinson, linebacking group with special teams, and also Justin Hardy, that type player?
Could you repeat that?
How important is y'all find that next Craig Robinson, like linebacker position on special teams, or Justin Hardy, that help complement what you do on special teams?
It's really important because I worked off those guys the past couple years. You know, they've been able to set up plays for me. I'm being able to set up plays for them, and just having that chemistry together. We got guys that's able to step up and play those roles. It's going to be really important.
Do you have to learn the punter at all? Does anything change about what you do based on, you know, not having Morstead or whoever the punter is?
Oh yeah, it's you know, I have to know where he's punting it. We set up, you know what I'm saying, have plays. We have a very versatile punter. He can do a whole lot of things, you know what I'm saying. As a young guy, he can boom at 60, 70 yards, so that's a plus for us to go, you know what I'm saying, make plays down the field and flip field position.
Oh, we got it, man. We appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
All right, thank you.
Kevin, what does this opportunity just mean to you?
I mean everything. You know, going on year 7, not really getting the op. Now that I'm healthy, know a lot about the game. I know how the business works. I feel good. It just means a lot, man, that someone else gave me a chance to live out my dream and kind of prove myself right and everyone else wrong.
How did your workout kind of come together? What was the timeline for you to get here?
I think they called Monday, and my agent called and said the Saints gonna bring you in for a workout. It was me and a couple of guys that I known and previous played with. But it was simple. Nothing that I'd never done before. So it was good.
Are you just kind of sitting around waiting for a phone call, or how's it kind of? What are you kind of doing?
So after the Niners let me go, went back home, did a little training, and just waited around for a call. But I just kept myself busy because I would have went crazy if I just sat around and did nothing.
Kevin, how much of a crash course have you had so far? I mean, you were out there, you were able to get in some drills today.
Yeah. For the most part, it's pretty similar from the things that I've done. I guess the hardest thing would be picking up the playbook in this shorter time. So it's gonna be a lot of extra meetings and a lot of extra work.
When you looked at the Saints as a whole, did you feel like this was the best opportunity, or were you kind of just looking for a team to give you that chance?
I was just looking for a team to give me a chance. Just being able to show my talent, showing how I work, and whatever happens is out of my control. But as long as I control what I can do, the rest will take care of itself.
I guess how frustrating has it been just not being able to live up to what you believe probably is your potential in the league?
Very frustrating. Just because I feel like I put the work in, I had the right mindset, and for whatever reason, it just doesn't plan out. But can't hang my head. Sometimes I ask why, but just got to keep going, and until the time comes, I'll go hard and do what I'm capable of.
What got you through those tough times? How did you get through it?
I would say my family, praying, and just continuing to work and staying positive. And every time I see myself on film and things like that, I know that it's different. But I just gotta critique the little things and keep going, keep working. I don't think I would be able to live with myself if I just gave up, and it would have been a lot of regrets. So just gonna keep rolling.
What do you feel like you bring to this team? What do you bring to the
Speed, big body, knowledge of the game, obviously. Been a lot of sitting and watching, so I try to pick up on little things. But it's my presence, I guess.
Do you feel like opportunity and health have ever lined up for you, or is it just been
No, for whatever reason, it never lined up. And when I was healthy, opportunity just wasn't there. But kind of not like looking back, try not to look back too much and move forward, because every time I look back and I think of why and the old stuff, it could bring me down, like, man, I shouldn't be here, I should be here, my stats should be here, and I just don't try to go in that bubble.
I know CJ coached you 1 year over there in Chicago. What do you like about him, and that was a big influence in you?
CJ had a big influence. He stays on me pretty hard, especially in Chicago. He was pushing me and never wanting me to settle, and just reminding me how people feel and look at me. If I have a good day and kind of feeling myself, he'll calm me down. Whereas now is still on me. Day one, he's protect the ball, run, just the little things that a coach may let you slide on. CJ's all over it, so I appreciate that, and it definitely makes me better.
How nice is that, though, that he is going to coach you, but it's a familiar face?
It's good because it's coming from a good place. Whereas too, if you have another coach, you may not know, does he like me? Am I doing something wrong all the time? Whereas CJ, he's just coaching hard, and is going to make the games a lot easier.
Did CJ ever tell you to get up the field? I'm kidding.
All the time, every time.
How much do you think, seriously, how much do you think his being on the staff here has to do with your opportunity there?
I think it has a lot to do with it, maybe, I would hope. We never talked about that or anything like that, but I would assume CJ had something to do with that.
And I don't mean to pry about finances or anything, but when you're a first-round draft pick, I'm curious about how your outlook has changed over the past few years in terms of regarding football. When you're a first-round draft pick, often you get a really good contract, and maybe you can, if it's not working out early, you kind of have the resources to go pursue other things. But you haven't done that.
Yeah.
So how would you say your outlook about appreciating football has changed?
I never played this game for just money. It's not just a money thing for me. If it was a money thing, I would have been retired and quit and done other things that was able to make me a lot of income. But it's just something that I love to do. And like I said earlier, I don't think I would be able to live with myself knowing I have a lot of potential and just giving it up. Like I don't ever want to look back and say, man, I should have just tried one time. Man, I wish I would have put more work in. So I'm going for it until they kick me out this league.
Is it fair to say you feel like still feel like you have something to prove?
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm always gonna have something to prove. That's my why. Whether it's getting better off the release, whether it's running full speed every time, whether it's attacking the ball, any and everything, I'm going to critique myself really hard and just get better and just remind myself of why I'm doing this. My career haven't planned out the way I planned it to be, but as a part of the journey, it's going to make the story a lot better.
Do you feel, it's not really meant to be a trick question, but just in general, do you feel lucky or unlucky?
It depends on what we're talking about. In life, lucky. In football career, maybe not so lucky. But every blessing is a blessing. So there's a lot of people that played this game for 10 plus years that maybe does not have the financial blessing that I had. So I'll take the good and everything. But unlucky with injuries and an opportunity lining up. But I'm very lucky to still be in this league. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you.
Good luck.
Thank you.